A little more complicated, I'm going to throw an intermediate variation in here. An intermediate Texas Tommy variation is just like what? I have no idea. We're going to go. Alright, something to make the leaders get a little sicker. And it's a little easier to do than the other hip thing around, and we only have like 10 more minutes. We'll throw this one in here. Alright? Leaders, it's a turn for you. A turn for the worst. 3 and 4. 5, 6. I'm staying this direction. I got the hand here as it's coming around. 7 and 8. I'm turning. It's a double Tommy. Normally on a swing out or a Texas Tommy, count 6, I've turned to face my follow. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. I made this second 90 to turn here. On this one, on count 6, I'm going to stay this way, away from my follow. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Gave my follow, the right hand opened out. My hand did my lead. So my 4 is here, my 5 is here. My 6, my hand did the opening lead, but my body didn't. So I ended up like this. So that makes it easier. I only have 3/4 of the turn now, 7 and 8. And we both kind of match on that turn. All right? So let's stop on count 6 leaders. Hello.
Gary, are you pushing on the hip?
Talked about 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Just opening this hand. My follow is going to spin. And that's what, I don't have to pull the hip. The 6 count move one here, I do have to give the hip a little pull. And in some cases, you may have to pull the hip if you're doing a variation where you don't have that momentum. But ideally, there's momentum, so they're going to spin that way anyways, which is why you do not have to ever grab and pull that hand in a swing out Texas Tommy. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. On count 6, my hand opens out, and that's it. My follow is going to continue turning around. So that's why on count 6, if my hand opens out, it also drops down, because I really don't need it at that point, because now it's a free spin. All right? But we're going to stop on that count 6 leaders with us facing, everybody facing in the same direction. So if I'm facing into the circle this way, normally 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, I'm going to be facing clockwise. We're both going to be facing clockwise around the circle. And my hand is on the hip, but the momentum is going to take them the rest of that turn. I just want to maintain contact with this hand so I can change behind my back. All right, so let's do this. I do not want to raise the hand up and jam it. As I turn away, I'm dropping my hand down and passing it as low as I can reach. So that we go up. All right, so leaders, again, as the follow is turning and we're rotating away from our follow, let your hand drop down to switch and then back up. Always drop down on any of these behind the back moves so you're not hurting elbows or shoulders. All right? This is not natural. Instead, as my follow turns, I just relax and let the hand, which is going to want to drop down and come up on its own, happen. If my follow turns faster than me, then, it may still be down here as I'm coming back up at the end. But let the follow actually drop the hand. When my hand is just resting here and my follow turns, I let it just drop with my follow and then come back up.
10 seconds.
All right? But again, the thing was, Tom was asking, when do I drop the hand as I'm turning? When we're back to back? Or when we're side to side? Or when we're, and the answer is?
Yes.
Yes. Whatever is comfortable for the follows. The second I start turning, I usually drop the hand because that's going to be comfortable no matter what point. And then bring it back up as I come back around. All right, so the main things on Texas Tommy that I want you to remember is don't grab the wrist. It's led by the momentum in the swing out the turn. Hand goes down, take the wrist, flip the hand up. Whether you get the hand or not, it will come around to you. So don't worry so much about getting the hand. I mean, for comfort's sake and for people like to feel connected on this, so they like to at least get a finger here.
Yeah, I always prefer when this hand picks up on this regular Texas tummy, because I feel like I stay connected, rather than flipping it over to the other hand there. When you're doing it behind the back, you obviously have to.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
But again, with the swing out, the momentum's going to turn your partner, boom, by count 6, as they're turning, I don't even have to reach behind because they've turned a half turn. So I've got that hand here, I can reach even further behind so that I can make that connection. So on the swing out, it's so much easier to get connected to that hand as your partner turns, because they've turned a quarter turn more on that 6 and you didn't. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, but just don't grab the wrist. Short, simple, don't grab the wrist. All right, we will pick up, review that next week, go for the other hip grab one, walk around backwards one, get everybody really dizzy, good and dizzy, not next week. Yeah, again.